Last weekend, the FC24 World Championship took place in Berlin, and something happened that I've never seen in esports history. The Danish Wonderkid Anders Vejrgang destroyed all of his opponents as if he was playing FUT Champions. 7-2, 6-0, and 7-0. How did he do it? I think it's best to start with his build-up. Anders used a very specific method to start the attack from his own side of the pitch, the side switching. He knows that if he consistently hold the ball on one side, then all of the opponent defenders will shift towards that place. That means there will be an opening on the other side. That is why he purposefully waited on the left side with his wingback, and once the defenders moved towards that side, he went for a long ball and then bring pace to his attack. His player choice for wingbacks was exactly depending on this tactic. On the left wingback he had John Stones, who is originally a center back. He has a long ball playstyle plus with 5-star weak foot. That way it would be very easy for him to send the ball towards the other side. On the other side he had Joselu as a wingback, who is actually a striker, but he has decent defending stats, and most importantly, he has the aerial playstyle plus. That means even if the long ball gets contested, he was able to control or even pass the ball with no problem. So dragging the defenders towards his left side and then switching sides with those two players created tons of space for him. Even though he might get stuck on the right side for a moment, he gets the ball back towards the left side to reset the attack, waits for the optimal moment for Joselu to receive the long ball, and then sends it to find the opening. Let's see an example. He wins the ball in his defense and gets the ball towards his wingback. He decides to turn around and go for a long ball. However, I think he didn't like the position since Joselu didn't receive the ball around the midfield to start pacing up the attack. So what he did was to get the ball back again towards Stones, waited until the optimal positioning of Joselu on the right side, and then go for a long ball again. In this moment, he had the space and opportunities to play to. From now on, he played it very patient, and with two passes, he found himself directly in front of the box. Observing the defender, he noticed that his opponent is actually covering the passing lane, and that is why he went for a finesse shot to score the goal. This ice-cold decision making by observing his opponent made a huge difference in his attack, which brings us to the second point: balancing your attack. With every step in his attack, he looked for the opponent's move and countered it. Having multiple opportunities also allowed him to bait the opponent into one direction and go for the other. Remaining calm, especially in a grand final like this, makes it look so easy. Understanding what the defender is doing is important. Here, even if he wanted to pass the ball to his striker, he saw that the opposition already selected his defender and expects that pass. So he didn't play the ball there and passed to another teammate to go for another pass towards the other striker, but the same thing happened again. His opponent insisted on covering the pass towards his center. That is why he wanted to take the attention away by passing the ball towards his teammate on the right side. So as you can see here, the focus shifted towards the wing, and this was his chance to pass quickly around and force a late player switch, which will open the opportunity to pass towards the center, and with that he found a very strong chance to score the goal. Another position, he received the ball on the right again and had some space ahead of him. He saw that the defender instantly starting running to cover the open space. That is why he rolled the ball and passed the ball to his teammate on the left. Defender had to switch because there are 3 opportunities in the center. After seeing the intention of the defender going upwards, he decided to pass the ball towards the lower side. However, the previous defender was also coming towards the dribbler, so he took a step back, cleared his passing lane, and then passed the ball towards Mbappe. Seeing the defender covering the line towards the box, he took one step back again, passed the ball to Saka, which opened a massive passing chance to Ronaldo. Once more, he predicted that the opponent will cover that passing lane and just walked to create the shooting chance and scored. What a beautiful attacking mind. To give you a more detailed insight on how Anders won the World Championship, we made a mini course on the Guide Plus. In the first lesson, we take a deeper look at his attacking patterns, which is completely free. If you're interested, check the links in the description. Last but not least, the incredible defensive pressure he did with crazy player switching. Anders had a very aggressive defending style and went directly at the players to retrieve the ball. Once he failed with his aggressiveness, the ability to switch to the right player allowed him to recover and continue with solid defending. However, the main target of his player switching was to reduce the space the opponent has throughout the pitch. He used consistent player switches to close off the dribbler from every single angle. While the ball was traveling, he also analyzed the potential passing stations and switched to the closest player to close off the gap. Once he saw that the pass was not happening, another switch to immediately put pressure, closing off one passing lane, quickly switching to another defender to cover the other potential one, seeing that it's not happening, and then switching to closest defender once more. Incredibly fast, accurate player switching. Pre-selecting players and moving them towards a potential passing target was the key. While consistently using the player switch, he was also using the second man pressure even for a brief moment to make sure that the defender he switched from continues with the pressure. Let's analyze one of the scenes that we have. The opponent retrieves the ball in the left and he quickly makes his way towards there. Sees that the opponent turns around for a pass, so switching to Mbappe and applying the second man pressure will allow him to control both chances. The AI controlled pressing player stops after a while after his second man pressure stamina gets drained, so he switches to him once more to get him manually closer. Step by step he reduces the gap, and then the opponent decides to go the other way. Since his team shifted a bit towards the lower side and now the position is heading to the other, he quickly switches to his winger to get himself close to the side, and after moving a couple steps towards there, he switches back to the center in case the opponent changes his mind, which eventually happens and the opponent goes for a long ball, but he is already on the move. But he also knows that this consistent side switching breaks the balance of the defense, which is why he switches to the other winger to cover the upper side manually while trying to pressure the dribbler with the second man pressure. After making sure that the long pass is not happening, switch to Saka, back to square one. After the opponent safely gets the ball towards the other side, he instantly uses two of his players and closes the gap off by using both the player switch and the second man pressure, so the opponent was forced to pass the ball back. He leaves no gaps open and eventually the opponent makes a mistake will lose the ball. Wow, that was a bit hard to analyze, but congratulations to Anders on the win and for the beautiful gameplay. If you're interested in more strong mechanics to easily outplay your opponents, make sure to check out our latest video about the incredible first touch that appears on your screen right now. Click to discover the secrets and study them to become a master. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Until next one, take care and peace.